Hey guys, Weir, road2roota.com. Just a quick update on Bitconnect. Of course, I got 1,000 emails after I put out this morning's uh, proof, more proof that Bitconnect is a Ponzi and is about to implode. The actual takeover of Bitconnect Ltd Limited has not happened yet. The takeover by the Crown. Again, the notification. The statement's overdue since July 27th, and Ken Fitzsimmons, whatever, what is his name? His name is Ken Fitzsimmons is nowhere to be seen. Of course, he's nowhere to be seen because he doesn't want to get arrested. But as you can see, on November 7th, right here, the notice was put out. And on the date of the notice, it says 7/11/2017. In the UK, it's backwards, the month and the day. So it is November 7th that within 2 months, after 2 months, all the assets of this company right here, Bitconnect Ltd, all those assets are turned over to the Crown, to the Queen of England. So that's, what is that, January 11th. All the assets of Bitconnect Ltd, including all the assets in their trading accounts. They own all your assets. If you gave them money, they own everything. So all those are turned over to the Queen on January 11th, 2017, unless this guy, Ken Fitzsimmons, does something about it. And given that he hasn't done anything about it, in his multi-million dollar company, he's let this expire, and it's been months since he was supposed to do something. I don't see him popping his head up and doing anything. So all the Bitconnect assets will be held by the Queen on January 11th. If the company even lasts that long. Ponzi schemes, when they're exposed, tend to collapse very fast as people pull their money out. But that's the thing about this Ponzi scheme. You can't pull your money out. You flopped it over into a loan. You got to wait 180 days or 600, 266 days, or however many days you signed up for the loan that pays you 1% per day. So yeah, it is. I flipped around the dates, so it is not owned by the Queen yet, unless Ken Fitzsimmons comes out of hiding and files the right paperwork. Some people have told me that this company, if you put a search for Bitconnect, you'll find a couple different companies. Some people are saying, no, this company, Bitconnect International PLC, actually owns Bitconnect now. No, they don't. And, this is a group of probably well-off investors in Bitconnect, and as you can see, it's a fund management activities down here, and this just got filed because they're afraid of what's going to happen. But there's no ownership of Bitconnect that was transferred from Ken Fitzsimmons, so these people here do not own the assets of Bitconnect. They're probably some of the very first people to get in and are trying to save themselves, so they filed in September notification of a corporation that manages their assets, and they issued 5 million shares of stock in this company. This is not Bitconnect. There's been nothing filed by Ken Fitzsimmons to transfer ownership of Bitconnect to Bitconnect International, and so nothing has happened, nothing according to legal status, other than a bunch of early investors got together and say, hey, let's start a new company called Bitconnect International, and maybe divert some of the attention away from Bitconnect Limited. And there's another one too. If you do a search for Bitconnect, you're going to come up with three. One's called there's Bitconnect International, and one that changed its name from, if you see here on the bottom, Bitconnect Public Limited on September 4th, and it lasted before it properly closed down its company just 24 days later and changed its name to Bitcoin AMR Limited. Anybody can open up a company and call it whatever they want. But the key is this one, the original Bitconnect, the entity supposedly that owns everything about Bitconnect and on that website and everything else is in default and hasn't filed any transfer of ownership or anything. This guy, Ken Fitzsimmons, has never been heard from. He's right here. So yeah, is this the kind of company you want to invest in? No, it's not. All right, let's go on to Zero Hedge because there's some interesting things going on. And there is the flop date. 7/11 is actually, in England, it is November 11th. So Bitconnect Limited has that much time to surface. Ken has that much time to surface. I don't think the company will last that long. Just judging by the amount of payouts they're giving, 1% per day of compound interest absolutely balloons, and they won't be around. Even if it keeps going, they won't be able to pay their people because they're not earning 1% per day in their trading bot. That would be impossible. That would mean it would be a company worth like $10 quadrillion in 5 years, something ridiculous like that. And it's a Ponzi. It's very simple Ponzi. That it got a little complicated because the cryptos are unregulated, absolutely unregulated. So in 2 months, the Queen of England will own Bitconnect Ltd. And if Bitconnect Ltd owns the Bitconnect system, then voila, you have the Queen of England taking charge of Bitconnect. And of course, the Queen of England would shut it down because it's a Ponzi scheme. And the Queen of England doesn't want to be involved in a known Ponzi scheme. They want to do their own type of Ponzi schemes. Anyway, moving on to Zero Hedge. Trump and Putin meet. All right. There goes the whole Russian narrative. I'm sure CNN will be jumping up and down. Oh, my God, I can't believe they're shaking hands. Look at them being buddy-buddy. I can just see CNN now. I can actually produce the CNN episode that talks about it because I laugh so much at CNN. But, yeah, the whole artificial setup of the Trump Russia conspiracies backfiring on the bad guys, and it turns out is a Clinton Podesta deep state sale of uranium. It's not just the Uranium One sale. That's a small part of it, but that's all breaking down. And it's proving that it was, as you can see, everybody's throwing Hillary Clinton on the bus now because they think they can get out of it if they just blame Hillary, saying she was in charge. She bullied me into agreeing to this Uranium One deal. So anyone from Donna Brazil and Joe Biden, and I'm sure Obama will come out and say, oh, it was all Hillary's idea, I swear. Ridiculous. All right, Joe Biden's in the news. Joe Biden is a pedophile. Absolutely. You need to go, just type Joe Biden pedophile into YouTube, and you're going to see videos of Joe Biden all over these little girls in the White House. It's really bad. And he's part of this sick scheme that's been going on in Washington. It goes on in Hollywood. They're getting exposed right now. It'll get bigger and bigger. The latest one was Charlie Sheen is involved with 13-year-old boys and all that stuff. It'll get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until the whole plot is exposed. And it'll very soon move to Washington, D.C., to the Podestas, to the Clintons, to a third of Congress, Joe Biden. The whole Pizzagate conspiracy is absolutely true. And that is going to be exposed, and it's just going to leave everybody's jaw, dropped. And the proof is all there. Supposedly the Uma Abedin emails will be damning to about a third of Congress with videos. So they can't say I didn't do it. Videos, and at the same time, supposedly WikiLeaks is going to come out with more emails, the prior emails to where they started with the Podestas, but they're going to come out with Clinton's emails, the dark and dirty ones that disappeared, and that's going to rip the national government apart, as well it should, and as well we need. So get ready for that. And it's all coming true. You can deny it all you want, But if you look at what's happening in Hollywood, and you look at the people who supported all the the Democrats and the Republicans, and they all have child charity things. John McCain's right in there with them. It's just so sad, and it's going to make the whole world angry. So Trump is preparing for that. He called it the calm before the storm. Well, this is the storm, and it's just the beginning of the storm. Let's see. Gold slammed after someone pukes $4 billion in notional gold futures. That's a click of a mouse by Steve Mnuchin in the basement of the U.S. Treasury. That's how easy it is to. He could have puked 40 billion or 400 billion or 40 trillion. Click of a mouse, same thing. It's that easy. Everything is under the control of the U.S. Treasury. It is absolutely Alan Greenspan's programs from the very beginning, although they've been taken over since then. I saw Alan Greenspan mutter something about Bitcoin and the quantity available, something ridiculous. He's so old now. He's like 83 or 93, 94. Used to be bright, but he's still lying, and absolutely still lying about Bitcoin and about his job was to lie. And that's the biggest thing I hate about Alan Greenspan. His job was to lie. He can claim all he wants that he was lying for the good of the monetary system, the country, because so many people would have died had he told the truth, which is probably true. But we're having to deal with the aftermath. And yes, they're trying to set up the cryptos as kind of a cushion to the inevitable crash of unbacked fiat money, but we should have never been in this spot to start with. They should have absolutely taken out the bad guys right when Kennedy was assassinated. But they didn't. They let the system go on because it's for the good of the nation. It's time we deal with all this crap that we've hidden for so long, in my opinion. And Venezuela has officially declared a default. And what will that do to the markets? Nothing. The markets are controlled with the computer program. What will it do to gold and silver? Nothing. What will it do to Bitcoin and the cryptos? Nothing. There's a lot of manipulation in those too, but not as much because they want people to move over. They want people to go from the old system to the new system. And we move on, and no, there's no AI secret bot that got unleashed today. I didn't see it anywhere. It's ridiculous. I forgot the name of the guy who was talking about it, but some guy who's supposedly the expert on AI said the takeover, the singularity happened now. I think it was today. But if you break down that guy's statements, it's just it's one bizarre comment after the other, and he tries to confuse the whole issue with some big terminology in the crypto world. So no, we are still moving right along, happy and ignorant of the singularity that's controlling us through the AI. Bitcoin Cash spikes to record high as Bitcoin collapses over $1,000. Following the surge in Bitcoin's US dollar price after the suspension of SegWit 2x hard fork, the cryptocurrency has collapsed as traders exit fork dividend trades. As Bitcoin fell, Bitcoin Cash, a clone of the original that was generated from the other split on August 1st, surged and traded up as much as 35% ahead of this weekend's launch of Bitcoin Gold. All this drama everywhere is the stuff I had warned about. Why invest in Bitcoin when you got great things out there like Litecoin and the crypto tokens and currencies that are doing things, companies that are actually going to be doing things in the very near future. And starting next month, I think there'll be a cascade of these early ICOs that we bought into at the beginning of the year, starting to bring their products out in end of 2017 and all throughout 2018 and 2019. And that's the reason we got in so early. The reason you stood by as they were so crazy volatile is because we like the idea that the company's working towards. And if it's a good company and not a scam, not a scam, those tokens will be worth a whole lot more than the rise in Bitcoin. Whichever Bitcoin comes out as the right Bitcoin. So very interesting time. Also, the Podesta Group CEO quit. Podesta Group's going down, and it's going to bring a lot of people with them. A lot of talk that Tony Podesta is going to try to get a lighter sentence based on what he says. I don't know how that could be true. Tony Podesta and John Podesta need to face the full force of their crimes, absolutely, and they're most likely the death penalty, not for even for the treason stuff, but what they have done to little children. And we'll see what happens on that one, but it's good to see that at least something's happening on that front. And the Podesta group was absolutely one of the ringleaders, one of the main ringleaders of securing little children for our politicians and the elite. So here we go, my friends. This is the storm that Trump talked about, and we are just rushing right into it. This is Big Weir, road2roota.com. On Sunday, I have a Three Amigos discussion. There's a lot to talk about with myself, Joe, and Cliff High. If you have anything you want me to ask of Joe or Cliff High, just send me an email, bix@road2roota.com. I get a million emails a day, so I might not get to yours, but yeah, if you have a question you're dying to hear that we haven't discussed, send me an email. Also, later today, I have my 2018 timeline. This is like the most popular article on the Road to Roota for private road members. It breakdown of timeline of when I expect the breakdown of the current system, the replacement of it with the crypto system. I have stretched out the delay. I mean, we can't have the old system crash before the new system ready. And the new system's ready, I'll tell you in the timeline when I think it'll be ready. But I also talk about the price moves I expect in the cryptos, price moves I expect or not expect in gold and silver, and when they will loosen up the reins of their rigging programs and things like that. So make sure you go to road2roota.com and check out the subscriber section. And sign up for the free emails. I send out free emails, top left side. Just put your name and email in, and I'll send out updates a couple times a day on the things I'm dealing with and talking about. Anyway, this is Bix Weir, road2roota.com. I'll talk to you later.